And we got the Varia suit. And, oh, AI viewers. Hold on, let me click this real quick. Whoops, wrong button. Oh my goodness, more AI viewers? 2 in a row? And I wasn't sure if I wanted to go to the next area yet, or if I wanted to kind of poke around and see if there's stuff that I could find. Because we beat the plant boss, which removed all the poison from the water in the Chozo ruins.
Chozo ruins.
Oh. Neat. Give me a minute to kind of familiarize myself with what's going on here. Well, anyway, I came back in here to see if there was some stuff. That I couldn't get before that I could potentially get now. App, there we go. I think that might still be off limits. I think we need the magnet ball to get up in there. Where was the elevator, though, to... Okay, so we need to go here. Did I really go that far away from it? Yikes. I gotta figure out how to get back there. Because, like, I think I went through, like, this little tunnel area, and I popped out on this side, which is where I picked up the health upgrade. But I don't know that I can get back in through there. So I think I might have to, like, reverse this, unfortunately. But should be relatively easy with, like, the poison water all gone. I would hope. And then maybe this way I'll see if there's any stuff that I missed. So I know that there was one area that I found nothing apparently. There was one area I found that was like on fire, and so you needed the Varia suit to go in there. But I will admit, I looked up a map to try to find like an interactive map or something I could use, and I couldn't find like a great one. But I did find one that was on like a old GeoCities page or whatever. And he kind of mentioned that once you get the Varia suit, you can go in that room, but you need another upgrade before you can actually like get what is at the end of that room, and so there's really no point in going to it at this time. So kind of glad that I looked that up. Okay, I'm almost there. So that I didn't waste time looking for that room, because I honestly don't remember where it was. It couldn't have been that far away. But there was also an area that I remember somewhere near the beginning where there was a water spout of sorts that like fired up into like some sort of upgrade. I don't remember if it was missiles or health, but it was some sort of upgrade. And because the water was poisonous at the time, I couldn't get it. But now I could get it, but I don't remember where that was. So, I don't know. I'm not really planning on going for 100%, but just like early in the game, I feel like finding especially health upgrades is going to be important to me specifically. Because I'm just not... Sorry about that. I'm just not very good at the game. But obviously missile upgrades are important too. Poison water room. I don't think there is a poison water room anymore. Or are you saying there was a room on the map called Poison Water Room? Because that's very possible. Because at one point everything was poison water. And then I unpoisoned the water. Okay, sorry, my hands are super sweaty. Oh, okay, yeah, so that... There we go. Yeah, so you can like go back to the world map. Yeah. Probably one called like... But it would have been, it probably would have been like... Oh, so this was that area that I was probably thinking of right now. It's called the Furnace, which makes a lot of sense. That was probably that heat room that I couldn't go in before. But like I said, I kind of cheated and looked up and they said I think this door right here, this white door, requires the ice beam, which we haven't got yet. But I feel like that other room was like, with like the water spout was like maybe... around here or something. Like maybe at the ruins entrance? I don't know. How do I get out of this map? Get me out of here. But I didn't know for certain because, like I said, I've never played this game before. I don't know a whole lot about it. I do know Metroid in general, and how like generally you will get a power up and then have to go back to previous areas and use it, and then you can get to more areas. But I didn't know how linear or non-linear this game was. In terms of like once you clear an area, like how easy or difficult is it to get back to, and like should I be going back every time I get something new, or should I just like kind of wait until maybe the game naturally sends me back there, potentially with like more stuff. I don't know. I'm just I'm a very indecisive guy. The Grisby, the subvolcanic carrion feeder. Carapace can be breached by missiles. The Grisby's carapace has been fused together by superheated air. This barrier stands up to everything but concussive blasts. Its intelligence is limited to instinctive scavenging patterns. It's not very nice to say, but I understand and respect your right to say it. So the Grizzlebees can only be killed by missiles. There's one thing I wish about this game, is that so like when you lock onto something and then you shoot it, if you then like reticle over something else, it doesn't automatically lock onto it. You have to keep like pressing the lock on button. And it would be very nice for a person like me if if it would like lock onto multiple things or like lock onto something after you've killed it. But anyway, that's just me complaining because I'm not very good at the game. The burrower, tunneling insect predator, similar to the beetle, though it spends more time underground. It seeks seismic disturbances than surfaces to attack. It has enough cunning to realize when something is too large for it to handle. Beyond that, it is fairly ignorant, which is what it lacks in brains it makes up for with aggression. Boy, it sounds like a lot of people I know. Anyway, just... Oh, okay. Well, cutscene. Magmore Caverns. It's kind of a problem I have with games in general. Is like... I want to try to... Oh. To do like high completion. But not necessarily... always want to... Do I feel the need to 100% everything? Because like in general, once I complete a game, it's kind of curtains, you know? I am not the type of person who like replays a lot of stuff. And so I do have this like natural tendency to like kind of like overthink playing games sometimes, where instead of just playing them and having fun, I have to think about it too much. And I'm like, oh, should I look this up, or am I doing the right thing? Am I going the wrong way? Should I have done this or should I have done that? And it really, I hate it about myself, but it's just who I am, I guess, in my old age. The Magmore fire-breathing serpent that dwells in lava prefers extreme heat zones and are susceptible to frigid attack forms. Sightless, they navigate the lava currents using their sonar receptors. Magmores have a keen sense of smell, enabling them to pinpoint targets with startling accuracy. But yeah, so like I'm always like, should I be using a guide for this, or should I just like play it naturally? Or like, I don't know. I can never force myself to like be decisive on stuff like that. Because I want to experience it myself. But I also want to try to like explore as much as possible without having to like replay huge quantities of the game, stuff like that. Stress fractures can be seen all throughout the sandstone wall. Okay, so previous area, sandstone was code word for use bombs. All right, and it appears to still be the solution here. Also, I just saw Rice Grisbees in the chat, and that laugh. I like on the inside. I didn't laugh on the outside, but that's nothing personal. I saw it and I was like, "Alright, that's pretty." As a person who loves silly puns and wordplay, I was thinking of Grizzlebees, which almost nobody ever gets that reference. But Grizzlebees was the name of a fictional restaurant in the C-Lab 2022 or 2021 or whatever the show was called, on Adult Swim, and it was like a parody of Applebee's. But it was called Grizzlebees, and I think about Grizzlebees a lot, but nobody ever knows what I'm talking about. So, but they had the Flamin' Jalapeno onion wings. Oh, hello, kitty. Oh, what have you brought me to? Huh? What have you brought me? New creature entry. You? Are you the new creature? Triclops, hard-shelled creature with powerful jaws. A Triclops is a hunter-gatherer. It collects small creatures and bits of foodstuff and deposits them elsewhere for later consumption. The hard tripartite mandibles it uses to move earth and rock are quite strong and difficult to escape once ensnared. Alright. So I'm guessing I got to go in there and they're going to try to bite me. I was trying to shoot this one from like up here, but it wouldn't let me. Leave me alone. Don't eat me. Oh, God. I'm trying to drop bombs on it, and it's not working. Oh, it's depositing me outside for future consumption. Correctamundo Raimundo. Oh, my God. Stop it. Is that from C-Lab? Or is that from something else? It sounds like it was something from Simpsons, but I think I might just be thinking of Mendoza. Mendoza! Oh, see, I've never seen Rocket Power. We didn't have cable until I was a little bit older, and by that time, like a lot of like the Disney Channel and Nickelodeon stuff had kind of passed me by. But then I got to the age where like I appreciated like the comedy of some of those kid shows, like SpongeBob and Fairly Odd Parents, to where even though, you know, they're kid shows, as like a, you know, 16-year-old or however old I was at the time, I don't remember. Actually, I don't remember how old I was when those shows came out, because I can't remember exactly when they came out. Anyway, I was probably older than the target audience, but I still found enjoyment in those shows. But yeah, there was a lot of them that just kind of like, that I just missed. Like, I never really saw Rugrats. You know, a lot of the like kind of like the live action Nickelodeon shows I never saw. So like, and like, I don't know, I can't even like formulate a sentence right now. Like, I'm thinking like Salute Your Shorts and Okay, or Hey Dude, and our map. All right, where am I supposed to be going? There's two exits to this room. I don't know which one's going to be the most productive. Yeah, see, like I never saw that, so I fortunately not real familiar. Which is a shame, because I love jokes about farts, and I probably would have had a good time with it. Fortunately, I just didn't have a way to watch it. Can't remember how old I was when we got cable. It was like maybe around like 1998 or 1999. Because I remember the reason we got it is because the Cleveland sports affiliate was no longer gonna have the Cleveland Indians games on public television, and so that was back when the Indians were quite good. And so my dad we got a satellite dish. We didn't have cable, because the cable did not come to the end of our street. We lived on the end of a dead end street. And so we didn't have access to cable. And so satellite was about the only option we had. And it was okay. You know, much like Wi-Fi of today, it would kind of suck, because if there was any sort of like interference or anything, it would go out. Oh, this is how I came in. So where do I want to go? There's another door, but I don't remember what it was. So like during storms and stuff, like you couldn't, it was difficult to watch stuff on the satellite. Ah, shoot. Because it would just like keep freezing and, oh, come on, dude. Or is there like, ah, gosh dang it. Is there like another area that I'm not seeing? Because this is where I came in, right? Yeah. All right, hold on. Let's take a step back. Oh, it's foggy in here. Oh, I literally can't go back up there. Oh, yes, I can. I just jumped wrong. Oh, I'm an idiot. There's like a elevator right here. Right? I'm an idiot. Like standing on a platform, like, why isn't it moving? That's the way I want to go, though. No, that's the way I came from. Ah. So lost. Oh. One thing that I am struggling a little bit with this game, and oh geez. And you're probably thinking to yourself one thing, but one of the many things that I'm struggling with is being able to identify my jump height, because there's like a lot of jumps that I see that it doesn't look like I should be able to land, but they work. So yeah, it looks like if I go down there though, I can't get back up here. Oh, you know what? I may have made, yeah. I knew that was gonna happen. But yeah, I'm having a little trouble gauging like what is a jump that I can make and what is not a jump that I can make. Because a lot of times it looks too high. Like that looked too high to me. I don't feel like I'm jumping that high, but it's probably, if I had to guess, if it's owned by Nickelodeon, it's probably on Paramount Plus. Because that's where all the other Nickelodeon stuff is, because they own all that. But I don't know if it's on there. I'm just saying if it were somewhere, that's probably where it would be. But I don't have Paramount Plus, so I don't know what's on there. I know SpongeBob and Ninja Turtles and Avatar are on there. I don't know if I'm supposed to be shooting these. Because I feel like when they're green, they're friendly. And when they're red, they've turned hostile. Yeah, I was going to say that would be the other thing I would look at is like Pluto TV and like Tubi TV have a lot of those like free 24/7 channels. And a lot of times they'll have, like, I know there's like a SpongeBob channel, or there's like a Nickelodeon channel that plays like SpongeBob and Fairly Odd Parents and Loud House and a couple other ones. They kind of rotate some things in and out periodically, but I do kind of watch it every once in a while just because I'm very nostalgic for some of those old shows. Fairly Odd Parents in particular, I watched a lot of. And a lot of the older ones still, I feel like, are pretty funny, but obviously once, like, the show had been on for a while and they they kind of started jumping the shark a little bit, adding a lot of new characters and stuff. Like, I didn't think those were nearly as funny. I hear my cat meowing. Yeah, what do you want, bub? Oh, you didn't bring me anything. What do you want? Yeah, I've seen a Mystery Science Theater 3000 channel. They have a Storage Wars and Pawn Stars channel, and like Hell's Kitchen, and are these things just not killable? The thing about this guy is, like, his fire breath has a pretty short range, so he's just kind of not a threat. But yeah, I like watching some of that stuff every once in a while. I really want to. Oh, I see what I gotta do here. I've been meaning to watch. Oh my god, I keep forgetting that the jump button when you're in a ball is different than the jump button when you're not in a ball, which is so stupid. This guy needs to die in a fire, which is funny because that's what I'm doing. Get in the hole. Get. Thank you. Oh my gosh. Where am I? Okay, I was there, and now I'm here. Yeah, I do kind of remember that about the jumping in the GameCube version, because I have watched a couple speedruns of it where they utilize that. Because I remember it made me, like, I'm not one who gets motion sick very easily, but I remember thinking, like, this is making me motion sick. Because they were constantly, like, looking up while jumping. Like, yeah, I'm not enjoying that. Yeah. Okay. The ball controls sometimes leave a little bit to be desired from me. Not my favorite thing. Here's another elevator. That requires spider ball. Or magnet, or whatever it's called, so I can't go there yet. West, Tallon Overworld West. Please step onto the hologram. I don't think that's where I'm supposed to go, though. Kind of wondering if in this room, because this room had multiple doors. If I either went through the wrong one or if I should have gone through the other ones first. Okay, so this is Tallon Overworld, but it's not the Tallon Overworld I was on before. which I understand. It said west, but I thought like maybe it was. I thought it was maybe like a different entrance to the same. Oh. Oh, east. But you said west. This was zero counts, chat. We could put that sound command in and hear it. I'm not cool. I haven't figured out how to do sound command. Where's this? Again, 3D maps and me are not getting along. Because this... Yeah, this doorway looked like it should have been, like, much lower. Cool. So, and that, I can't get over there without the, grapple beam. Can't get over there yet. Again, I'm trying to figure out if I left... Wait a minute. This is familiar. This is somewhere I've been. Oh yeah, this is taking me back to the landing site. I don't think I necessarily want to go there, do I? But maybe this is where... Is this where I remember that fountain from? Not where I remember. Okay, but there is a morph ball cave over here. Well, missile expand. Yeah, I think I messed up, and I shouldn't say messed up, but I think I took the suboptimal pathway. That's okay. We can kind of figure out what's here. Now that the water isn't poisoned, we can kind of poke around a little bit. We might get a couple upgrades maybe. Oh, those look like space pirates. Can't scan them. Oh yeah, those look scary. Let's see, I need a plasma beam there. I don't think I'm supposed to be here yet. Did they just kind of peace out? This crate appears to be the same type of container found on the Space Pirate Research Frigate. The material seeping out from the ruptured metal is highly toxic. Analysis indicates that this may be the phazon compound the space pirates were using in their biological experiments. Okay. But, I can't do. I don't know if there's anywhere else new that I can get to. Can't jump up there yet. Unless... Can I scan these things? Impact crater. New pirate data entry. Oh, I wasn't in the room yet. I thought I walked in, but maybe I didn't. Space pirate encrypted data decoded. Log 10308.0 field team reports are in on an age structure of alien design built on the surface of Tallon IV. Studies show the structure projects a containment field. This field bars access to a prime source of energy within a deep crater. Science team believes the field is powered by a number of strange Chozo artifacts. We have found some of these art relics and studies on them have begun. As this field could hinder future energy production operations on Tallon IV, we must dismantle it as soon as possible. If this means the destruction of the Chozo artifacts, it will be done. You've scanned 25% of the logbook. Hooray. Okay. Oh, well, I was going to say, this is probably going to be a door I can't open, right? But apparently I can. And I figured if I'm not supposed to be going this way, it would have stopped me. Yeah, I was doing that the other day, and I thought it was like I was seeing like flashbacks or something, or like visions of a ghost or something, but then I realized it was just my reflection. The containment of the great poison. This task has fallen to the Chozo, and we will not flee from our duty, even if we suffer with the land and its creatures. We will pour our will into the 12, the artifacts which form the lock that hold this great evil at bay in the depths of the planet. This lock must stand up to all who might come to assault it, to preserve the power of the seal, to protect it from those who would meddle for their own designs. We will spread the artifacts across the land, hiding them from prying eyes. The lock must never open until the day comes when this disaster can finally be put. I see. So I'm guessing I'm about to find a door that can't be opened without 12 locks or keys that I certainly don't have. This is a Chozo artifact. Collect it. Then scan the totems here for clues on the location of the remaining artifacts. Together, the artifacts will open a path to the center of the impact crate. I see. Wait, collect it. Then scan the totems here for clues on the locations of the remaining artifacts. Okay. But none of the totems are scannable right now. So apparently I need to find at least one thing and bring it back here. Oops, before I can get clues. Okay. I thought maybe you would give me clues on the first one, but it's probably something I will find if I just play the game. And like I said, I'm probably not supposed to be here yet, but I was curious because I was able to reach it now. Throughout our living nightmare, as we battle with this unyielding darkness, we Chozo see a light. This light glows with promise, chasing the shadows cast by the great poison and purifying that which has grown toxic. It is strange, though. At times it looks to our eyes as if the light coalesces into the figure of a woman. Burning brightly, the luminescence descends from space, then retreats back into the infinite blackness from whence it came. When this prophecy comes to pass, when the light recedes, the Chozo's long vigilance of containment will finally come to an end. Yeah, gotta collect the 12 pieces of the Triforce. Okay. Well, at least now we know where this place is. So that once we do start finding the artifacts... Okay, now... Okay, it will let me scan them. Okay, well, he bumped me out of the room. Plant-based ground feeder. Dorsal spines can be injected in self-defense. Yeah, alright, we knew that. I didn't need a computer to tell me that. Oh, I couldn't jump because of these little spiny or plant thing. Okay, so how do I get back to where I was? Like, where did I... Okay, I think I came... I need to go back here. Again. I do... sometimes kind of wish that it would let you, like, mark or ping things on the map. Hold on, sorry, is the audio messed up? Give me a second. Sometimes Elgato Game Capture HD does this, where for some reason, even if I've been playing for a while, after a while, it'll, like, the sound will get, like, really stuttered and garbly. Now I clicked hide sidebar, but it's still showing the sidebar? Okay. But why is it doing that? Sorry, this is bugging me. You can't see any of this, by the way. It's just, okay. I sound like a crazy person, like, I can't get rid of the sidebar. And you're probably like, what the heck is he talking about, sidebar? Trust me, there's a sidebar. And it shrinks the screen by like 25 to 30%. so that it can have like UI elements on the screen. Okay, that guy I can't. Is the sidebar in the room with us? Yeah. It was a fun little diversion, wasn't it? Ow. Jerk. Oh, really? Can't jump out of the water? Foreign technology. Active transport located. Okay, so yeah, I've heard this and it's happened a few times where apparently if you take too long doing any one thing, the game will give you a hint on where you're supposed to go next. So it's told me now which door I need to go through to get to the next thing. So now I know if I want to check the other one, to see if there's maybe like a hidden something or other. Sweet nothing. Okay, so it looks like there's a... Oh, yeah. I need a grapple beam to get up there, though. I have one. Be able to jump down here. Back to the Magmar ruins. So yesterday, I don't remember if I talked about this on stream. Oh no, of course I didn't, because that was yesterday. I didn't stream yesterday. Sorry, I'm going crazy. Please ignore me. I go in here? Oh yeah, there was a missile upgrade. Okay. So yesterday I finally mowed my grass. It needed it. Pretty bad. Unfortunately, the last couple times I've tried to mow it, I've either been dealing with a migraine, which means mowing grass is a bad idea. Or something else. Either it was raining, or the one time we had an air quality of 650, so I wasn't going to go out in that. So anyway, I finally got a chance to go out and mow last night, and then also tried to clean up the front yard a bit in terms of, like, I had some pretty tall grass in some areas where I can't get the mower, and I normally go out with the weed eater, and I just hadn't done it in a while. Probably since like before camp, which was a while ago. This is not the room with multiple exits, okay. The button! Why is the button different? Anyway, so I was working in the yard for probably like a good 4 hours yesterday. After work. So it was a long day for me. And then, But yesterday was National Wing Day. Chicken wings, specifically. Okay, cool. I missed that the first time. And so various restaurants were having chicken wing deals. I love chicken wings. So I obviously was very excited to partake in some of these deals. And so the two that were within like a reasonable driving distance for me were Pizza Hut. So they were having BOGO on all their wings, so boneless and traditional. And I fell in the lava. And then also like any size. So that was pretty enticing. The problem for me was that I did not realize that Pizza Hut charges a ton for their wings. Like they're almost $2 a piece, which is kind of crazy go nuts. But I was like, you know, it's buy one get one free, so I get it. Okay, I'm ducking my head down to try to look out the door to see if I got it. So I got a 12 piece, which was like 22 bucks, which is more than I wanted to pay. But I honestly I didn't want to go there at first because like I've only had Pizza Hut's wings like one time since they started like the whole like Wing Street and all that kind of crap. And they were not good. They were really tiny. They were dry. They did not have a lot of sauce on them. Like nothing about them was good. But I was like, you know what? I'm willing to give this another go. Okay, so that's where I came in originally. There should be another door behind me and up. Is where I want to try to get to if I can. So anyway, I went against my better judgment and I ordered the traditional wings, 12 piece for 22 bucks. I honestly have to like formally apologize to Pizza Hut because those wings were really good. Honestly, like because the other one that had a deal in my area was Wingstop. And I did get some there as well. I got some at both places so that I could have some leftovers for today. And the Pizza Hut wings, like, absolutely cleared Wingstop by, like, a good margin. Wait, where the heck? Where's this door? Again, 3D maps, dude. Up higher? Is it like up here? How am I supposed to get up there? Need to be on this platform. Oh, look, and there's like a ball tunnel. It goes through there. How am I supposed to get there? Oh, like this. But this is where I need to go for progress. Okay, I cannot jump that. So I'm wondering if maybe I need the high jump boots, which I assume are in this game. I don't know why. I just assume they are. Geothermal power routing to the station is complete. Unstable magma flow is a concern. Remove tower from geothermal grid if fluctuations exceed safety levels. Okay. Report any signs of magma predator activity to security central evidence. See, we don't have any China buffets around me anymore. Like they've all packed up. I don't even know where the closest one is. It's probably 30 minutes or more, which I know to some people is not a lot, but to me is a lot to drive for food, especially on a weeknight. I admit I'm a little spoiled because like living in the suburbs. Okay, that leads into a lava pit. Why would I want to go in there? Living in the suburbs, like I'm like 15 minutes away from like everything. So when like you come in here and say like, oh, you're gonna have to drive 45 minutes to get to a China buffet, I'm like, there's no way. They're like, oh, there's a really good restaurant in Cleveland. I'm like, not for me, there isn't. But yeah, I was really impressed with the ones I got from Pizza Hut. I don't know if they're always like that, you know. Um, it was a long time ago that I had them. Like when they first started doing like the Wing Street gimmick, which I feel was probably like 10 years ago. Where because I remember the location that I went to originally was like it was a Wing Street standalone location, and it was drive-through only. So you basically had to order ahead of time, or you had to go up there and order, and then go sit in the parking lot for 20 minutes. But now it's changed to a Pizza Hut, and I think it might still have like the Wing Street branding on the side or something. But anyway, I don't know if they're always that good, but the ones I got last night were excellent. The wings were a good size. They had a lot of meat on them. None of the bones were broken. I feel like every time I get wings from the grocery store to like cook myself, the legs are all broken. Like the bones are all broken. Especially in the flats, but also sometimes in the drums. But yeah, they were good size, no broken legs, and they were like I got one dry rub and one sauce. And they were very well sauced. It was a really good experience. And I don't know if it's always like that. So like I'm not telling everyone like, "Oh, Pizza Hut's got it together now. Go buy wings at Pizza Hut." But like I can only say from the ones I had last night, they were excellent. And then I got some from Wingstop. And it's not that they were bad, but they were not as good in comparison. I had a couple just to compare. Because I normally get boneless at Wingstop. In fact, I got mostly boneless. But the deal at Wingstop was that if you spent $10, you could get free... I think it was a free 6-piece... and you could get either boneless or traditional. So I got traditional because they're usually more expensive. Flicker bat scavenger with optical camouflaging that renders it invisible to the naked eye. Flicker bats are deceptive creatures that the only way to track them reliably is with X-ray imaging. They fly ceaselessly, hunting insects and other small prey that float on the air currents. Flicker bats tend to fly in cyclical hunting patterns using primitive sonar to navigate. What are you tempted to do? I don't know what you're tempted to do. I assume you want me to ask you what you're tempted to do, and then you will tell me. Grating has become brittle from temperature fluctuations. Large traces of radion detected. Yeah, Chick-fil-A, I feel like the first couple times I had Chick-fil-A, like, I was kind of enamored with it just because I'd never been there. Since then, I've kind of, like, cooled off on it a little bit, but I still like it. But honestly, it's just, like, it's just out of the way enough to not be, like, in my thought process when I'm thinking of, like, where to go for food. And I used to think about it a lot when I worked at CVS because it was on my way home. But the problem was, like, whenever I was thinking, like, oh, what really hit the spot is some, oh, gee, that was weird. Don't like that. Would be some Chick-fil-A. It was when I was working Sundays, so no Chick-fil-A for me. But like honestly, probably the last time I had it, I'm trying to think of when. I have a coworker on my team, and her, I believe it was her mother who passed away. Or maybe it was her dad. I'm sorry, I can't remember. I didn't know them personally, but we went to the funeral in support of our coworker. And when we left, there was a Culver's and a Chick-fil-A. And I remember I hit the Chick-fil-A for breakfast, and I hit the Culver's for lunch after the funeral. And that might be the last time I had it, honestly. Every once in a while they'll order it at work, but I'm usually not around, which is kind of depressing. The guy whose office is above mine is like kind of a health nut, but he loves Chick-fil-A nuggets. Like he goes crazy for him. Crystallite, territorial cold weather scavenger. The shell of the crystallite reflects beam weapons, can only be cracked by concussive blast. They hang upside down in the cave during their larval stage. Moisture runs off its body and forms the ice shell, which the crystallite retains for the rest of its life. Okay, so I gotta missile these guys. Okay. Dude, oh man, crystal light. My mom used to keep the crystal light powder. Ooh, save room. I haven't seen one of these in a while. My mom used to have the crystal light powder like in the big jug. You gotta do the scoop and then put it into the pitcher and then mix it. And I drank a ton of crystal light growing up. Wasn't as good as Kool-Aid, but it's because it didn't have sugar in it. So, you know, you take the good with the bad, I suppose. I think that sometimes they have crystal light powder at work, like, and they portion it out into like little serving cups that would make it so that you get about the amount you would need to make like, I don't know, maybe a liter or a half a liter. I don't know. I see a door up there with a lock on it that I don't recognize, so I'm guessing I can't break it yet. I also just can't get up there. There's a door here that I don't have the correct weapon to break. Door up there. Apparently a door to my left? Behind me? Probably up there. Okay, and then there's a door over here. I'm supposing this is probably the one I need to head to. But I've yet to figure out how to do that. There's like this fella. This platform is kept aloft by a gas-based propulsion system attached to its underside. So can I like shoot it and make them fall, or? Oh, here we go. Here we go. I was trying to go this way. It wanted me to frickin' turn around, you dingus. Like this door. Blast shield over the door is secure. Shield controls are elsewhere in the Fendrana Shorelines area. Oh, okay, so there's controls somewhere. It's like up, up. Oops, wrong button. Oh my god. Where that is? Up there. That's too tall. I can't jump that. Any knowers in the chat? Know if I'm in the right spot, and if so, like, how do I? 'Cause I can't make that jump. There's no way. I'm in the right spot. Okay. I will continue to kind of poke around then. Oh, you doofus. I don't know why I didn't try. I think it's because it told me what material the door was made out of. And I was like, I don't think that's one of the ones I can break. Okay. Just... Missiles can destroy objects made of radion and brimstone. And it said radion. For some reason, I thought it was not radion. I don't know what I thought it was. I'm sorry. The door directly above has been opened. All right, thank you. This is the kind of stuff you just gotta bear with me sometime. Ooh, what is... Oh, I thought that was an item, but it definitely appears to be an enemy.
Recording to logbook.
Scatter bamboo. Oh, it's a scatter bamboo. Pulsing tendrils of energy extend from the creature's body like all bamboos. They create... creatures can only be harmed by electrical energy. Proximity to these life forms may result in electrical visors interference. It is possible to avoid engaging scatter bombs by rolling into the morph ball and slipping between the rotating streams. Okay, so my gun is not considered to be an electrical weapon. Ow. Okay, well, I tried. I gave it the old college try. Got it. Alright, now we got it. Okay. Baby Sheegoth, Glacial Predator. Ice shells protect vulnerable dorsal area. Young Sheegoths grow a resilient shell of ice on their backs, which serve to protect a layer of vulnerable flesh. With these beings, their only weak point. With this being their only weak point, baby Sheegoths will turn quickly in order to not allow predators the opportunity to strike at their backs. Powerful hunters. They fire bursts of ultra-cold gas at potential prey and then feast on their frozen victim. Okay, is this another one of those instances where I have to log on or lock on and then I think there's like a dash button or something? Oh, jeez. Oh. There's no vulnerable part on the butt. Or is the vulnerable part the actual shell on the back? Oh god, I'm stuck. All right. Chill. Just chill. Sorry I killed your brother. Oh, He was being a bit of a jerk. Now you're being a jerk, and there's a cat in here who's also being a jerk. Oh, ow, ow, ow. Sharp, buddy. Come here. Come here. Okay, she doesn't want to be picked up, but she needs to be touched so that she'll stop trying to... She'll, like, come up and she'll gently put her, like, paw on my leg or my arm at first, and then if I don't pay attention, then she retracts or unretracts her claws, and then immediately starts, like, clawing the crap out of my arm. Probably need to either make another attempt to trim her claws or take her to a groomer and have them do it, or a vet. Because her claws are very sharp. Probably far sharper than they... But she has up to this point not been cooperative in the process of letting me do it. And like I don't want to hurt her, obviously. But I also am just like really uncomfortable because I know when you're like trimming the claws, like you have to be careful not to like trim them too short. Or else there's like blood vessels in there. Oops, man, wrong button again. I'm having a lot of trouble keeping the button straight tonight. I don't know what's going on. I do know what's going on. I'm old and I can't. I miss when games had 2 buttons. Oh, there's a spider ball track up there. Okay. I will certainly forget about that by the time I ever get the spider ball upgrade, but I noticed it, so that's the important part for me. I still have the keen sense of discovery required. Ah, you...
Recording to logbook.
Ice burrowers adapted to sub-freezing climates. A hardy life form, the ice burrower has adapted to the frigid climate of Phendrana. Spends most of its time tunneling through the frozen soil, but will occasionally surface to attack passersby. What a lovely creature. Did I kill it? Double whiff, huh? Come on, dude. You know what's crazy to me is that there's probably some people that can play this game without using the lock-on feature at all. Oh, there's nothing up there. Oh, see, again, I was seeing this down here as part of the map. 3D maps are so... Oh, but this is leading me back out in this area. Now I'm on the top, okay. So the question is, do I want to jump? Because I'm guessing I could probably jump from here to there, and then eventually there's a missile pod up there. Watch this shot. It didn't do anything. There's There's also a door over there, so I'm guessing I have to go back there. Alright, those are your old run-of-the-mill pulse bomb moves. This looks like a... No, alright. Alright, purple door, that's new. Oh, this guy. Oh, this guy's brother. Oh, brother. This guy stinks. Oh, okay. Alright, charge shot works pretty good on those guys. Oh, he's still alive! I thought they died as soon as the thing broke. Guess not. Oh, I totally did. Guy down there. It's gotta go. Come on, buddy. Alright, that went pretty well, actually. Ow. Jerk. Platform realignment successful. Okay. Then I assume this is like how I just get back to where. Oh, there was a... Hold on. I know we could do this later, but I might forget about it later, and I've seen it now, so do it. Never mind, I can't blow it up. It's lore, guys, it's lore. Chozo lore. So many creatures suffer beneath the blight upon the land, and we Chozo are no exception, but for all of our pain, we can at least believe in the promise of the future. We have come to believe that a time may never come when we can once again open the door and banish the darkness we've contained. Even so, our vigilance will forever remain. We believe that on some far-off day, a savior will come and continue what we have begun. For that savior, we will leave our ancient weapons and armor. The soul who can gather them will be the entrusted one, the only being who can reverse the evil that grows here. So, like, I don't know a ton of, like, deep Metroid lore or anything like that, but, like, I don't understand this whole, like, Samus being, like, a chosen one, like, ordeal. You know what I mean? Like, I thought she was just, like, a bounty hunter. And that's all I really know. What is this? The spider ball? Oh, boost ball. Okay. Well, I know there was a couple spots in like the very beginning of the game when I needed this to like go on like a half pipe or something. While in morph ball mode, press and hold left or B to charge the ball and release after charging to get a speed boost. Additional data download. Okay. What is it trying to tell me? That was a little bit, that was weird. I don't know what it was trying to tell me to do there. Yeah. I knew I guess I knew her suit was Chozo Tech, and I guess I knew. Yeah, okay. I don't know. It just seems weird that it's like. But I guess the Chozo are also just kind of like ubiquitous. Like everywhere you go, there's Chozo stuff, which is very convenient because usually at the beginning of the game, you usually lose everything you have or don't have anything. So I guess it's convenient that the Chozo have colonized every planet in the galaxy that we ever go to, or else we'd really be in trouble. The boost ball can be used to increase the morph ball speed for short periods. Charging, hold L longer for a longer and faster boost charge. U-shaped channels known as half pipes are found throughout the environment. Boost ball can be used in these areas to reach higher places. Build a charge during descent in a half pipe, then trigger the boost ball while ascending the other side. This gives the speed and momentum necessary to reach new heights. I know I've seen at least 2 half pipes somewhere, but I only remember where one of them is. Oh, I see. Now I know why they were. No, I don't know why. Why were they showing me that? Just because it's somewhere I can practice doing sick half pipe tricks? Oh, it's that left. Okay. All right. Fair enough. It's left. I guess that's left bumper instead of left trigger, which I don't understand why that needs to be because I don't think the left trigger is used when you're in morph ball form. Just me complaining about stuff. I'm sorry. It's just the more buttons I'm expected to push, the more difficult I find. I still got it. I guess since you don't need the left trigger when you're in ball form, you can just rest your finger on the bumper. Sorry, can't think and shoot at the same time. Not doing either particularly well right now. Hit the wrong button. Oh, I'm so bad at this game. I keep hitting the wrong button. Okay, so I don't think I went up there before. Chozo lore has been downloaded. As the great poison reaches ever further into the planet, we Chozo begin to feel the gnawing of despair. Before it is too late, we now make our last stand. We have begun to build a temple to contain this darkness. At its heart, we will place a cipher, a mystical lock powered by 12 artifacts, and filled with as much power as we Chozo can harness. We wonder, though, even when we are done, will it have been too late? And will the power of the temple and the cipher itself prove strong enough to hold back the poisonous tide that even now swells within the ground, threatening all life itself? Let's see. I gotta stop pressing that button. Can I jump here? See, there's stuff up there. Haha! I've remembered how to bomb jump. I have gotten how to aim. Four. It's like, what is the point of being up here? Oh, I can't jump that. Can we bomb jump it? Stop hitting them. Aha! Okay. I hit the wrong button. I always hit the wrong button. I cannot get it out of my head that the B button is jump, not X. Jump that either. I feel like I'm not supposed to be doing this right now. Can't tell if I'm like sequence breaking or if this is just meant to be a little bit of a jump puzzle. Alright, I'll come back here later. I got it the first time. I thought, you know, oh, that was easy enough. But yeah, I'm kind of afraid that if I like keep going further, oh, you know, it's just gonna lead me up there to that door that I can't open, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. Well, fun while it lasted. It's Ribley. That dude's big. I still feel like No, that did not work. Oh, fishy. Hello. Scan you. I'm not positive. What it wants me to, as like I said, I don't think I could have made that jump. I thought maybe if I did like a boost ball, I could have. But the problem is like the jump on the morph ball is so crappy, even with the boost. So I don't know if I'm supposed to just go this way because that's where the Ridley shadow went. But this is just going to take me back to Magmar. Hold up, let's think for anywhere I didn't go. Purple door there, which I can't open. Can't open purple. Went in there, and then that connected up into here. And that led up into here, which then led up in here, which is where I got the boost ball. Yeah, there's really nothing else here. I guess I do just need to go back. But I don't know if I need to go all the way back or if there's something in the Magmore caves that required the boost ball. I don't really remember anything specifically. Doesn't mean it didn't happen. I can't get up there. Wait. Ah, I lied. Oh. All right, I'll take that. We love extra health on this channel. I just realized this music is from I'm not gonna try to embarrass myself and remember what I feel like this isn't Brinstar, is it? But this is like definitely some like Super Metroid sound and music right here. Nor fair. There you go. Question is now, where do I go? guess I could go back here because that takes me back up to the Tallon overworld. I still don't think I ever figured out how to get... I think I need the super jump. That's right, because there's a platform there, then I jump up there. Excuse me, jump up there. I don't think I can go there. I hit the jump button. I protest. Yes, to the... I remember a bit of Super Metroid, but it's like, it's starting to fade from my memory already, even though we just played that like a couple of years ago, I feel like, for the book club. But that was my first time officially playing that itself. Obviously, I have a lot of exposure to it from just, you know, being on Twitch and retro gaming communities in general, but first time I actually played it myself. It's a little further away from it. I recognize the music, I just don't remember all the names of the areas and stuff. Oh, geez, I forgot this one. One of those maze puzzles where you gotta roll the marble at Cracker Barrel. Hey, don't touch me. No! I hate these guys. I hate these guys. Oh, really? I honestly thought you had, I thought you'd been around longer than I had. Wait a minute, did I just go backwards? No, okay. Yeah, I thought you'd been around there longer than I had, being perfectly honest, but guess my memory is false on that. Yeah, it was obviously one of the better discussions. That was, like, I feel like that, well, that was the first one that I had done, period. And that was the first one since, like, he brought it back, because I guess he used to do it, and then, like, they kind of went on hiatus for a little bit. And then he started doing it again. And that was the first one back, but that was the first one I was there for. I'd been following him for a while before that, but I think I followed him during like an event. I don't remember which event it was, but I do believe it was when he was playing or speedrunning Organ Trail, Organ Trail, and And then, of course, that's where the infamous copy pasta came from. Because when, I think when I followed him for a while, and I would, like, kind of lurk in his channel, but I never really chatted. Until one day he was doing, like, some sort of a race of that game with a bunch of people. And so that's where the infamous copy pasta came from, of when I was talking about how there used to be a guy in here, and I wish I could remember his name. I feel bad that I can't, but he hasn't been around in like over 10 years, so I don't fault myself too much. But he used to be here almost every day when I streamed back in 2015 when I first started. I was streaming almost every day from like 1 p.m. to like 6 p.m. Searching for other half-pipe configuration, half-pipe structure detected. Oh, there's a half-pipe there. Okay, thank you for letting me know. Very kind of you. But yeah, he used to be there like every day, and he always used to ask me to play Oregon Trail. Because I used to have a spreadsheet with all my Steam games on it. And I used to tell people, like, yeah, take a look at the sheet and see if there's anything that sticks out, like, you know, and make a suggestion, and I might play it. And so he used to ask for Oregon Trail all the time. And so finally one day I played it, and it was like the first time he wasn't there. And I felt bad, but I was like, well, I already made plans to play this, and I want to play it. And so I played it, and I beat it. And he showed up. Or no. Where was it? Okay, it was in this room. That's where the question mark is. Okay. He showed up as the credits were rolling. As I beat it, and then I never played it again. And I know that game is like a game that you can play multiple times. I just never felt the desire to go back to it. So where is this fabled half-pipe configuration I've heard so much about? Like a pathway up there I can't reach? I don't think that's it. But I assume I need to get up there. Is this it? Oh, it's right there. Okay, I see it. Kind of dumb. It's there, I assume. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay, something's not right. There we go. Definitely a rhythm to it. That was almost it. Oh. Got it. All right. Oh, my phone just scared the crap out of me. Sandstone wall. Okay, I'm up here. Fall down, don't miss this jump. Okay. Oh, jumpy boots. Whoa, the big jump boots. Space jump boots. Press left bumper or B to jump while still in the air. Press jump again to perform an extra space jump. Okay. Okay, that's interesting. All right, basically just double jump. It looked a lot flashier when she picked it up off the ground and then like skyrocketed into space, but I guess it's still pretty cool. That tracks, honestly. Like that definitely seems like something somebody would have figured out how to like clip into a wall, or just like, you know, like wall hump until you find like little textures that you could jump up until you just finagle your way up here, and then have like double jump from the very beginning. That sounds like a very speedrunner Nintendo type thing to figure out very early. So, all right. So I got the boots. I think I just want to go back, because now I can get to some of those areas I couldn't reach before, which is kind of a pain. Have to like walk all the way here just to like turn around and go back, but that's Metroidvania for you. I don't even like that word. Why did I say that? That word irritates me because it should just be Metroid, and I'm playing Metroid. Let's call it Metroid. Because Castlevania didn't even do that for like the first like 3 out of 4 games. Or actually even more than that, because then there was like Drac X and Rondo and all that stuff. Those weren't really Metroidvanias either. Pretty much just straight up. Okay, so how do these connect? Oh, okay. No, see, that's... I do like having the double jump because it does just allow me to kind of like jump with a little more confidence now. I think after I finish this, I wouldn't mind watching a speed run of this game. I don't think I've either never watched one, or like I've never watched one and paid attention to it, because I know those are very different things. A lot of times, like for like GDQ, I'll watch runs where like I have it on, but I'm not really paying attention to it. Although, you know, this year I probably watched more GDQ runs than I have since like probably 10 years almost. Because the first few I was very invested. I was on those things like 20 hours a day. Because I was just, I don't know. I was just really into it at the time. And I've kind of fallen off a little bit. And part of it has to do with just changes in interest. But also, like, I used to have a lot of people whose communities I was in that were going to GDQ and like doing runs in GDQ. And a lot of those people have this either like stopped going to GDQ or they've stopped like streaming and speedrunning altogether just because of life, you know. And so like my interest in GDQ has definitely waned over the years, but this one I was actually pretty engaged with. I watched quite a few, and there's still a couple that I have earmarked to watch, but they were a little bit longer. Anything that was like over an hour and a half, I've only watched like one run that's been over an hour and a half. But there were several that were like 2 to 3 hours long that I want to watch, but I just, you know, just haven't had the time yet. That was the soul upgrade. Okay, so now I need to go. Ah, God. And go back to that room with like the tower. And I should be able to get on top of it now. Oh my gosh. I know I've said it several times and I hate sounding like a broken record, but it is really just creating like a, I don't know, some sort of like dissonance in my brain that they used different buttons for jumping when you're in the ball form versus not, because I keep trying to use the wrong buttons for jumping in both scenarios, and it's really getting under my skin. I don't know if that's something I actually, now that I'm complaining about it, I don't know if that's something I can change or not. Yeah, none of those look like they would do it. Hey, what's up, Artie? Welcome to Metroid Prime. We have we've gotten the boost ball and the space jump boots. We're starting to put it together here. Yeah, man, it's Metroid Prime time. Artie, I accidentally doxed you earlier, by which I mentioned that you used to live in New York, so I hope no one is able to track you down based on that information, so... Oh, it's well known? Okay. Oh, jeez. You know, I didn't know that about this game. That's interesting if true. I didn't know that it didn't have load zones or loading screens. Because of, as previous mentioned, I've purchased this game 3 times now, and this is the first time I'm actually playing it. So that's very interesting that's kind of like the rationale for why the game kind of makes you take some circuitous routing at times. Oh, geez, there's another one. Okay. That's it, right? But it makes a lot of sense, because I know, like, I know that was a big thing in, like, GTA, right? That was one of their, like, big things that they bragged about in, like, one of their games, was about how much of the map you could access without having to, like, have a loading screen, or, like, I don't remember which was the first one to, like, have, like, no loading screen past, like, the initial. Do I need to go in there? That looks interesting. Anyway. Anytime you go through a tunnel. Okay, interesting. Makes a lot of sense, though. I know that was the thing with, like, Breath of the Wild, too, where, like, Breath of the Wild had no loading zones on the overworld. Now, when you started going into the temples and stuff, that obviously no longer holds true. But definitely, it was very, very noticeable on the Wii U, but less noticeable on the Switch. Because, like, on the Wii U, if you would go to, like, the top of one of the, I forget what they're called, Sheikah Towers, or it was the big towers, right? And then you tried to, like, glide off of it to cover, like, a really big distance, the game would hitch like crazy on the Wii U, because it was kind of the same way, where it would, like, load things in chunks, like, as you went, and so it intended. It still looks too high to me. Maybe not. Yeah, okay, hold on. Relax. No, it's too high. I thought for sure I could get up there. Or that's where it wanted me to go. I mean, I know there's definitely stuff in the ice world that required double jump. But I thought maybe I could do this as well. Oh, there we go. I was like, it feels like it's reachable. Very finicky. But yeah, it was kind of the same thing with Breath of the Wild, where, like, as you were walking, it's trying to load, like, the next chunk, to borrow, like, a Minecraft terminology. Oh, and that's how I can get into that door. Wait, no. I've already been in that door. I don't need to go in that door. I need to go in this door, which is up here. Okay, I still can't reach that. It's not yet. Collapsible suspension bridge is functional but lacks power.
Recording to logbook.
New research entry has been downloaded to your logbook. This is a standard spinner device. The generator belts of the spinner can be activated by rapid rotational force using the boost ability of the morph ball when inside a spinner, to activate the device. All right, perfect. I have that ability. Oh, I didn't see what was going on there. I saw it right at the end that it was actually raising the bridge, but I didn't really notice that was happening until... All right, do we think we can jump that, folks? Okay, yeah, easy rares. But yeah, it's kind of the same thing with, like, Minecraft too. Like, even on, like, modern PCs that I've played that game on, like, you definitely know when you're moving from one chunk to another, in Minecraft, because there would be, like, a noticeable hitch where it's trying to load everything. But then again, with Minecraft, with, like, all the updates and stuff, like, now it has to load, like, so much more, because it used to only go, like, I think it went, like, 64 down and then, like, 128 up, and now it goes, like, 10 times that or something crazy. Not really. It might be, but It's insane. Sorry I didn't give you a chance to clap your hands if you believe. Should have waited. Okay, I just need to... Ah, God. Chozo artifact acquired. This is the artifact of strength, the second of 12. Whoa, wait, where's the first of 12? Didn't I have gotten that one first? Okay, anyway, I got that. Clap your hands if you believe. I do believe. I don't even know why I did that jump. I didn't need to. Could have done a much easier. Okay, so I got that. Now I also need to go back to... Still need to go back to the ice world. There was stuff there that I couldn't access without the super jump. I kind of thought I would be like at least encountering Ridley since that cutscene, and I thought like we were supposed to like follow the shadow, but anyway, doesn't matter. Maybe we were, and I'm going the wrong way. I haven't watched that show in forever. I never even saw probably like anything past season 2. Sad. I need a drink. I remember I was looking up something the other day, not that long ago, or maybe it was a couple months ago, where the kid who did the voice of Catbug is like 8 years old now or something. That was pretty interesting. Or maybe he's not 18, maybe he was going to high school. I don't know, but anyway, it was pretty sad. Oh, is that what it was? Yeah, that sounds right, actually. Because was it that show? And what was the other show? Was Bein' Puppy Cat another one that was like by the same animation studio? Or was that just a similar scenario where like the first one was on YouTube, but then the rest of them were like ArtTube or whatever? Oh, Netflix. You're right. It was on Netflix. I haven't had Netflix in a long time, and I often wonder if it would be worth it getting it back. I kind of feel like the answer is probably no. It's like I can't really think of like anything specific that's come out on there that I want to watch, but I'm sure there's like probably a handful of movies or something on there that I would like to watch. But not enough to pay like whatever, like $18 a month they charge now. Yeah, see, that's the thing about having like a really cheap cell phone carrier is I don't get any like free streaming bundles or anything. I have to pay for all mine, so I usually only carry a couple at a time because I'll do like Black Friday deals, but then they usually have like a rule where if you had a subscription within like the past like couple months, you can't get the deal again. Oh my gosh, I dodged one. Holy crap, he's starting to learn. Okay, I see that guy buried up there. Great British Bake Off. I've never watched that. I feel like JoJo is on Crunchyroll, but I haven't watched that show. I've never seen it. But it's kind of in my mind. But I know it's kind of a long one because it's been around forever, hasn't it? Statue depicting a Chozo balancing the plane of existence on his hands. Okay, so, like I definitely like probably need to turn into a ball and sit on that plate. Oh, jeez Louise, he woke up. Scared the bejesus out of me. Okay, stop that. You're being kind of a jerk. and I can't hit you. Okay. Oh, jeez. I didn't know he could actually freeze me. I need to get over this guy. There we go. There we go. 6 seasons of the original, and the new one is supposed to be a good place to be. Okay, so there was like a series, and then it like disappeared, and then came back after a while.
Recording to logbook.
Ice parasite, scavenger with a crystalline outer shell. Parasites are hardy creatures able to adapt to any environment within 3 generations. The ice parasite is a prime example. Having adjusted to a frigid climate, this vermin now thrives in it. Omnivorous, it can exist in areas hostile to most life forms. Yeah, like I'm reading what you're saying, and I recognize and I acknowledge that you're saying words, but like it's all going over like it's like you're speaking French or something. Okay, they can just be killed. But I know it's very popular. There's a lot of memes from it. Doesn't do anything. Oh, come on, man. You're always supposed to turn into a morph ball in the Chozo hands. And then they're supposed to like come to life and then carry you to somewhere. Not what we're doing anymore? But I just finished watching an anime series. What did I just watch? Oh, I watched Sword Art Online. I watched like the first series. I know there's more. Like they apparently like they came back and did like more. And like instead of swords, it's like guns now or something. I don't know. But I watched so like I guess like light spoilers for that series if you've never seen it. You know, it's an isekai, so they get sucked into a video game, right? Nothing crazy about that. And they have to beat the game to get out of the virtual world. They're all trapped in it. Like everybody put on a VR headset, and then somehow he like made it so you can't log out of the game until you beat it. So that's the whole point is somebody has to beat the game so they can get out. But if you die in the game, you die in real life. This is all like day one stuff, so I'm not spoiling much. But then later, a second game gets made, which is like based off of like the infrastructure of the first one. So like, oh, if you like the game but didn't like being stuck in it and like dying in it, like get this one instead. And now you can fly and there's fairies and stuff. And so that's like the second half of the first season is them going to this new game. I didn't really love it. Like it was okay. The first run through was fine, and then when it's like we're basically going to do it again in the same season, I was like, eh. But then it also got very Japanese, by which I mean like very like there was incest and like sexual assault and all that stuff. But yeah, Sword Art Online. I don't know. So there's like 3 more seasons of it, and I'm not gonna watch it. I finished season 1 just to like know how it ended. But yeah, it definitely did. There was like a guy who like kidnapped a girl who was like still stuck in the virtual world, and he's like finger blasting her in the hospital and stuff. I mean, it was gross. Because she's like a teenager. So like that makes it worse, like watching it as an adult. He didn't really, but he was like touching her, putting his finger in her mouth and like kissing her, and then he has her trapped in the virtual world too. And she can't get out, and that like in that world he like takes her top off and is like touching her, and it was all, I didn't like it. Made me very uncomfortable. It's one thing like when, I don't want to say it's okay to sexualize characters. It's okay when like the sexual stuff is like consensual and like the people are adults, but when anime starts getting into like incest and rape stuff, I'm pretty much done with it. So Chozo philosopher statue was flawed. So I don't know if that continues in the later seasons, but I really just don't feel the need to find out, because I don't feel like the anime was that good to warrant putting up with it. Okay, so we got philosopher, architect, shaman, and warrior. Philosopher, warrior, shaman, architect. Yeah, even some of the stuff in like Dandadan or Dandadan or whatever, however you pronounce that show, even some of that stuff makes me feel a little icky. It's not as bad and it's not as graphic, but it's still, some of the undertones are there, and like I'm like, these are high schoolers. This doesn't feel good. And then of course, all the people in mind, well, technically in Japan, the age of consent is 16 years old, so it's technically okay. I'm like, just shut up. Just say you're a pedophile and move on. Like, it's okay. Not to say you're a pedophile if you watch that show, but like to try to defend it that way is like, shut up. There appears to be a shell of ice encasing a water basin. The water originated from the statue's mouth. The statue's hands seem to be frozen in place. Okay, I assume I need to shoot some stuff with missiles. A statue depicting the bust of a Chozo shaman adorns this door. Symbol is carved into the forehead. The translation reads, "To pass my gaze, seek my twin within the room." Okay. This is the shaman. Several stress fractures can be seen running alongside the surface of this brimstone object. That's one I can break with missiles. Yeah, like I said, Dandadan, Dandadan, whatever. I don't think it crossed the line for me, but it was definitely towing the line a little. And I was like, it made me a little uncomfortable. But it definitely, like I said, I feel like Sword Art Online kind of crossed it a little bit, and I'm just like, all right, I'm okay. I don't need to see the next 3 seasons. We're good. Okay. Yeah, that's the other one that is like, again, that one is like only slightly less problematic in my book, and it's like, it's the margins are razor thin. To be like, oh well, I look like I'm 12, but I'm actually a 1,000-year-old elf species. Like, I understand there are adults that look young and they have petite builds and blah 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 blah. Okay, I understand that, and there's nothing wrong with that. But like, again, I feel like it's kind of like intentionally towing a line. And the fact that they have to come out and say like, no, it's okay because I'm actually 1,000 years old. That's what makes it a problem for me. So, I don't know. there's a lot of animes that I enjoy that unfortunately start getting into that stuff. Like Goblin Slayer was kind of did some of that, and I'm just like, I just wish you didn't have to do. Something's gonna happen here. I feel like something's happening. Okay. Oh, this isn't so bad. I know how to fight these guys. Except I keep pressing the wrong button. Other than that, I know how to fight these guys. It's just not necessary, you know? Just if you want sexual content in the anime, which is fine, just make sure everyone's adults. It's not hard. And if you want to have teenage characters, then don't have them involved with sexual content. Like, I feel like I'm not like spitting crazy rhetoric here. And again, I don't like getting into those discussions about, well, in the culture, it's just acceptable for girls to get molested on a train. I'm like, okay. First of all, I don't think that's true. I don't think it's okay. I think it's commonplace. Commonplace is not equal to okay. Yeah, Goblin Slayer Season 2 kind of sucked. I'll agree with you there. It did not recapture the first one. Okay, hold on. I'm supposed to be scanning you while this is happening, and I wasn't. I'm sorry. So this is the big one. This is the Sheegoth Supreme Predator of the Phendrana Drifts. Sheegoths are invulnerable to most beam weapons. The crystals on their back absorb energy, which they can fire at prey. Sheegoths have poor stamina. They hyperventilate after using their breath attack, making their mouth area vulnerable. The soft underbelly of a Sheegoth is susceptible to concussive blast. In battle, they expel blasts of frigid gas to ensnare their targets. They are also fond of ramming and trampling their hapless prey. I've never heard of that one. Wrong way to use healing magic? I don't... Okay. So, alright. So it said that its mouth is vulnerable after it does its breath attack, but I don't know vulnerable to what. And then it said its underside is vulnerable to concussive blast, which I assume means morph ball bombs. So I don't know if I'm supposed to wait for it to hyperventilate and shoot its mouth, or I'm supposed to wait for it to hyperventilate and then bomb its belly. I don't know. Either way. Yeah, stop shooting the crystals that absorb magic, or absorb... Okay, so the bombs... Okay. But, yeah, you take damage if you touch it at all. You can't move the camera either, which is upsetting me when you're in the ball mode. Okay, stop. Okay. Okay. I don't know if this is the only way to hurt this thing, or if, like, missiles work. Yes, missiles work. Okay. I think maybe that's the play. Nope, wrong button. Wrong button! Okay. Only hurts him when he's hyperventilating. Hitbox is generous. You can get him from the side pretty. I don't know why he didn't shoot the second one. Okay, it's dead. Yeah, I could definitely tell the bombs thing was probably like easier if you're good at controlling the morph ball, which I am not. But the problem is like I kept getting caught on his mouth if I try to go in from the front, and then if you try to go under him from the back, I couldn't get a view of where his legs were, and if you touch his legs, it hurts you. So I'm like, what am I supposed to do here? All right, use X and something. I assume that's the D-pad. To switch to the wave beam, this weapon can open purple doors. Okay. The wave beam fires powerful electric bolts. This weapon has a limited homing capability as well. Fire the wave beam to open wave doors. Excuse me. The wave beam won't home in on targets without a lock on. Press and hold ZL to lock on. Charge the wave beam to fire a fierce electric blast. Enemies struck by this blast will be enveloped in electrical energy for. Gotta charge. It's gotta charge it. So we hold. What do we hold? X. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Neat. I like it. Okay, so we got the wave beam. We can now get through purple doors. Not to be confused with Dumbledoors. But now I should be able to kill those, yeah, these idiots. Because it said they're only susceptible to electric attacks. Okay. Now, am I supposed to be able to do anything else with this for the time? Missiles don't do anything here because it said that the hands look like they were frozen by... Statue's hands seem to be frozen in place. Appears to be a shell of ice encasing a water basin. The water originated from the statue's mouth. I don't know if there's like something I need to do with the water basin. Bombing it doesn't seem to do anything. Oh, I'm getting to the point where I have to pee really bad, but I also am getting to the point where I feel like I might be approaching like my upper limits of how much of this game I can play in a night. And so I'm thinking like maybe I just like try to power through it. Because a part of the problem is I don't know where I'm supposed to go next. So if I go back this way, there is a save room somewhere. Somewhere. Definitely somewhere. I don't think there's anything else I can do with this statue. I'm still enjoying this game though. I honestly, I know I kind of said it yesterday. I didn't know how I was gonna feel. I wasn't sure if I was gonna like this or not. I was worried about the first person shooter on a controller. I've had some issues for sure, but I feel like overall the controls have been okay, and the game has not like thrown anything at you to where like you need to have like super twitchy reflexes, which was part of what I was worried about. So I know there's a friggin', yeah, what's the word I'm looking for? Missile upgrade up there. don't seem to be able to... Gosh, dang it. See how I'm supposed to get up there. I don't think there was like another doorway that like lets you out up there. Kind of at a loss here. But I'm also wondering again, there's probably something else I need to do here later, because there's these like enemies, these little spark bats or whatever they're called. I forget what they're called, but I know when I was reading and saying the word, I was using a lot of caution because very close to something that could sound like a slur. So I remember I was being very careful with my enunciation while talking. I think they're called flicker bats. But it said something about the fact that they can't be like seen unless you have an X-ray visor. So I'm guessing I need to come back here like yet again later when I have the X-ray visor. So maybe at that time I'll have something else, but like I just don't know. I'm not seeing like, oh well, now I'm not seeing anything because I fell off the freaking thing. Like I wasn't really seeing like a way up. So now that I have a plasma cannon, can I just like shoot these things? Not that thing, this thing. Wake up. No, okay. I knew it was one of those things where it said like the shell absorbs like most forms of something or other. I wasn't sure if maybe the wave beam was something that could penetrate its shell. It does stun it though. Okay, cool. Okay, this room... Is this a room that has a save room connected to it? Yes, it's across the river. It's this way. That's the other one. I'm gonna ignore him for now. Okay. Hey, what's up, Molly? Happy 5 a.m. Oh my goodness. I hope... Well, actually, I don't know what to hope. I was gonna say, I hope... I hope you're not having to wake up at 5 a.m., but also hoping that you're not still awake at 5 a.m. Both are pretty bad. The thought of having to wake up at 5 a.m. makes me sick. Oh, you just woke up. That's... I hope you at least got a good night's sleep. My problem is my sleep schedule is so broken right now. I've been trying to go to bed earlier, but I just can't fall asleep, and I've tried taking Benadryl, and it doesn't help me fall asleep, but it makes it hard for me to wake up. And I know everybody's like, that's weird, that shouldn't do that. I can't tell you why, okay? I should be able to. I went to school for like 10 years to be able to tell you that kind of stuff, but I don't understand it. So I don't know if I need to talk to a doctor and maybe get on like a Z hypnotic or something to try, at least for just a couple weeks, to like get me straight, you know what I mean? And then I can hopefully get on, because I don't want to be on something like that long term. Like I don't want to be on Ambien forever, but if I could maybe just like do it for like a couple weeks or a month to be able to get my sleep cycle regulated again, and then go off of it, I think I would maybe benefit from that, but I don't know. What time is it? It's 11:15. I got a little bit of a late start, so I wanted to go a little longer, but I'm starting to get a little bit, just like from looking at the screen and the movement and stuff. I don't know if I want to play anymore, but I don't know where I'm supposed to go is the problem, is my biggest issue. So I just unlocked the wave beam. So this would take me... There's only one elevator. Oh, hi, kitty. Let me see if I... Alright, hold on. Let me see if I can cap... She's brought all of her toys in here, by the way. The floor is covered in cat toys. Just brings them in one by one and lays them on the floor, and then... I'm gonna try to get her, though. Have some crab time. Off here. Hey, hello. Oh, come on. Don't be mean. He's like, she's on to me. He knows I want to pick her up. Doesn't want to give me the satisfaction. Yeah. I also don't want to like hurt. I don't want to grab her and gotta get her solid. But she knows just like right where to stand. Oh, critical error. Came in the rubber face against the magazine or the strategy guide. She loves rubbering her face on the strategy guide, don't ya? Say hello. Reckon Z into the microphone. Oh, no jumping. No jumping. Say hello. This cat meows more than any cat I've ever owned or been around. But as soon as I put her in front of the microphone, she will not make a sound. Because normally when I pick her up, she either meows or kind of like growls at me. Not growl, but just like kind of like, it's more of a muted like Oh, well, unfortunately the noise gate on my microphone is not allowing it to pick up the small amount of noise she's making. Say hello to everybody. Hello, I'm a cat. All right. And there she goes. Okay, so I think I am going to end it there, but I'm going to try to figure out where I'm supposed to go next. So there was that area actual. I do not remember where it was. I think it was... Was it this? Because look, I can see a little tube right there, which usually means it connects to something. Can't remember if this is where I dropped that icicle, but I couldn't jump up onto it. And I asked, am I supposed to be doing this now, or should I be coming back later? And I was told to come back later. If that's a nice little short adventure, I wouldn't mind doing that. Okay, so how did I get up there? I had to go... Oh. How do we get this? I guess maybe I'd probably get like a weapon later. I can't remember. I think I saw another one of these somewhere too. That was just the open. She is a good kitty sometimes. Other times she barfs on my carpets. She barfs on my carpets a lot, actually. almost exclusively. I think the only time she didn't barf on the carpet is when she barfed on the windowsill, which was not much better. I'm just being perfectly honest. Okay, this might have been it. I think I came in here and I used... not. It was an area like this, though. Area similar to this. We're just gonna tank, guys. I don't feel like idiots to pop out of the ground so I can shoot. Okay, came up here, and then I think I went through here. I think it was through this door. I'm still sad that I was not able to acquire. Yeah. Because I was like, oh, I'm just gonna get up there and I'm gonna get up to that wave door or that purple door, and I'm not gonna be able to open it. So I left. Yeah. I don't know if this is progress or if this is just a collectible. How does this work? Can I go through here? But what was I saying? Oh, so for those that have been around, a couple weeks ago I had some stray cats outside on my patio. I did go that way. That was where I got the boost. And I tried to lure them with food into becoming my cats. But unfortunately, they never came back. So I can only hope that they're doing okay out there. I haven't seen them anywhere else. I just really don't know. But because the day that I put the food out for them, I had to go mow my grass, and see, there's another missile down there, but I need something that can like melt ice. And even just going outside to go to the garage to go get the lawnmower, or to get on the lawnmower, I suppose, riding mower. I saw one of them and he ran. So I think they're definitely feral, because otherwise they probably wouldn't be so scared of humans if they were like somebody else's cat that just happened to wander into my yard. But then I mowed the grass, and I was very careful because I was very scared if they were like hiding in the bushes or something. If they were to like run out, I was very nervous about accidentally hitting one, but I didn't. But unfortunately, that was the last time I ever saw them. So like I said, I can only hope that they're just doing okay, but I wasn't I wasn't gonna keep them. Although I wasn't gonna bring them inside, because I can't have that many cats. I think there was an adult, and I think I counted either 4 or 5 distinct kittens, right? So I was like, I can't 6 more cats. I just can't. Not inside anyway. My house would smell like cat pee. I don't want to be the cat pee guy. But I considered that if they would keep coming around, I would, put food and water out for them in hopes that maybe, they would keep like the pest population down outside and stuff. But I also just, I have certain feelings about outdoor animals. Not that I like condemn it. I know in some situations it's fine and it's good. They have plenty of room and stuff and things and whatnot. But I don't know. I always just kind of feel a certain way when I see an animal that's like outside all. That's gotta suck. I don't think I can do this. I think I need the magnet ball to complete this, so I shouldn't have come. Unfortunately. That's a bummer. Okay, well now I know. Now I know, and we can just move on. Thought maybe I could get like a missile upgrade or a health upgrade or something. I really should be taking notes, honestly, because all the rooms are labeled. And a smart person would be like writing stuff down and being like, hey, in the ruined courtyard, I need a magnet ball. I really should be taking notes, but I haven't been. And now I feel like it would be a bit of an undertaking. I do have some maps, though. I have some external sourced maps. And so I could potentially, like, look at those. If I'm looking specifically for, because the problem is like they have stuff labeled, so it'll tell me like what room has a missile upgrade, and it'll tell me like what room has, you know, this item in it, but it doesn't tell you what is required to get to that room or to get the item within. So that's kind of the bummer. I was looking for a map that would do that, because there was one for Breath of the Wild that I used. Oh, hey, wait a minute. So do I need to go from like there across? Is that how I get over there? I was wondering if maybe there was like another door or something up here that led me out on that ledge that I'm looking at. I'm hitting the wrong button. I'm so sorry. So I don't see any other way to get vertically. If I could like... Oh, wait a minute. Sometimes you can shoot ice with missiles. Alright, I thought maybe if I shot the middle, it would like drop down a little bit. And I don't feel like it would help me at all. Anyway, okay. Let me go back to that save room. I can spend on putzing around trying to figure out what I can and can't get yet. Ugh. Eyes are starting to get a little worn out. Well, hey, thanks for hanging out, everybody, and thanks for the people that have kind of been giving me some guidance. I appreciate that when I ask for it, especially, because I don't like being stuck, and I don't like people watching me be stuck. But I don't like when people just offer it too freely. But like saying, "Stop trying. You're gonna be back here later." That kind of stuff for me is fine. In fact, I probably would have wasted even more time trying to bomb jump up that thing earlier. But especially when I ask and say like, am I in the right room? Am I doing the right thing, but just not doing it? That kind of stuff is perfectly okay. I'm pretty lax on my backseating and stuff rules. I really just don't like it when people either spoil the story or just sit there and tell me, all right, do this and then do that, and then there's going to be a room up here on your right that you go to, and a tip every once in a while is fine, but the actual backseating where I kind of draw the line. Anyway, I'm gonna try to be back this weekend. I know I talked about Saturday, because on Sunday I'm probably gonna go see my parents and get a haircut. Maybe do some laundry at their house since my hair's still broke. I really need to get that fixed. But Saturday, honestly, hold on. Let me see what the weather's supposed to be like on Saturday, because like I did a lot of yard work on Saturday, but not as much as I had hoped. Saturday, 45% chance of rain. Ooh. All right, well maybe Saturday it is, because it looks like it's gonna rain pretty much all day Saturday. Oh well, I'll get that up. I got the important stuff done, which is what I was set out to do. I got the grass cut and I got the front yard cleaned up. Now I want to work on doing some weeding on some areas that have gotten a little overgrown, but they're not a priority, so I can do that next week. Okay, so Saturday, I'm gonna do my best to be live on Saturday sometime in the afternoon. Play some more of this game. So if you're around on Saturday, feel free to drop by and say hello. And then Sunday, like I said, I won't be around. I'm gonna be visiting with my parents if everything goes as according plan. So then Saturday, and then the next time will be Tuesday. Back on Tuesday. We'll keep going on this one till we finish it. I do have to make a decision. And I haven't yet, because I have to decide whether after we finish this game, if I'm going to jump into Tokyo Mirage Sessions as our next one, or if I'm gonna do Control next. Because I was hoping to do maybe another short game, but the more I looked at it, like Control might not be that short. It depends on, I guess, if you do the DLC. And I think I might do it, depending on how we enjoy the game itself. So I have to think about it and I have to decide. I don't know.